like that. Woo. They gonna find something to say. Put it over. It'll be displayed.
Israel, the longest hiatus of your career. How much have you missed the game being out away from the sport?
It's been fun to watch the game from far away and just observe. And again, a lot happens in a year, a lot of growth, a lot of understanding of the game, the fighting game itself, and of myself as an athlete, as a person. So it's good to clock back into work and do what I do best.
Do you feel like you've missed the sport, or has the sport missed you? Do you feel like this sport is missing you and the Israel Adesanya experience?
I have missed fighting, but I think the sport's missed me. From what I'm hearing in my DMs from fans, again, I was one of the last, real ones who was active, not trying to just hold the belt for no reason, fight everybody. I'm just happy to be back.
Looking at Joe, on paper, it would seem his biggest threat is the heavy hands that he always has. He's got that knockout power. Do you see that as his biggest weapon in this, or do you think he's more well-rounded than perhaps we're giving him credit for?
No, I think he's very well-rounded. I think he is a big threat on the feet with the hands. And also his shot. He's got a fast shot. I studied that very well in his grappling tendencies. So, I look forward to him testing that against me, and I want him to feel what I can do when it comes to grappling.
Yeah. You said that fighting now is about showing your skills and getting to express yourself in the cage. What does the full expression look like on Saturday? If you could design the perfect fight and that's how I want to come out of the cage, what does it look like?
I go in there, touch gloves with the, face off, get into my stance, and I just go at him, attack him straight away. He tries to hit me, I'm not there. And then when I'm hitting him, he's going to be like, right, let's shoot. Shoots, stuffs the takedown. Because the takedown defense starts from the feet, starts from the distance. And I just don't think he's going to, only way he can, I won't say that one. But yeah, I want to be clean. I want to go in there and let him hit fresh air.
You're a big guy on energy. What have you made of Joe's energy this week? I know that you guys have quite a nice relationship, but obviously he's found religion now and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He found religion?
Hardcore.
Oh, real? I had no idea.
Yeah.
Good for him. Which one, Christian, Islamic?
He did not specify. I would assume Christian.
That's cool. Respect.
But yeah, he's been very, very change of character, not very aggressive. He's sort of saying that he's here and that now his life is about more than just fighting. He sees this as unimportant in his life now compared to his religion. Do you take anything from that? Do you take anything from his energy this week? And if so, what do you make of it?
No, I didn't really know. I haven't seen him this week, so we haven't really felt energy. But I don't think there's going to be an issue. We've met once or twice, and he's been very complimentary, and I've, given it back. But, I don't. When we get in there and they lock the cage doors, the beast will come out. And, alhamdulillah.
Israel over here. Right here in the front row. How's it going?
Hey, man.
Good to see you again. Tell me how this fight was sort of presented to you. Was it just that you wanted to get back and the UFC sort of offered you Joe, or were there any other names in the mix? Like how did this fight materialize?
To be honest, I just said yes. They offered me Joe, and I said yes. I'm not sure which other names were offered to my managers. They... the buck stops with me. The line, I signed on the dotted line. So, they will only present me something if it's something of substance, something that's on the table. So he was the only name offered, and I was just like, yep, let's fight, because I was just, I was ready to fight.
Is the mentality any different this time around with all the time off you've had? I know you wanted, to kind of take a step back, just kind of look on your career and then come back. Is there a different feel this week, or are you treating this like every other fight?
It feels the same, to be honest.
Okay.
It's I'm glad it's less media. Shout out to Tim for trimming it down. I'm glad it's just, it's a good way to get back into the game. I can go in the deep end. I can jump in there and swim with the sharks. But I like this pace where I just kind of come in and, everything's so familiar. So my body recognizes it. My mind recognizes it. We're just going.
I know the task at hand is obviously, taking out Joe, and there's, the division's open now with obviously Chimaev being champion and everything. You did have that move up to 205 a couple of years ago. Is that something that's still a possibility of you going back up, or do you see yourself just continuing at 85? Yeah.
No, I'll leave that to like Rob, and I think Costa apparently is going up. Apparently Chimaev is going. I found out yesterday he might be moving up. So I don't know. I like 185. This is where I'm at. This is where I reign. So I'm gonna stay.
How do you think Rob will do at 205, and Paulo Costa for that matter?
I have no idea about Costa, but Rob's been looking good in the gym. He started his camp with us. So, yeah, great. Just a great training partner to have in the room. And, yeah, he still got it. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, no, he looked good. There's a lot of history here in Seattle with Bruce Lee. Obviously, he passed away here, I know.
We're going to go see him after this.
I was just going to say, because Song Yadong, I know he headlined the card last time he went and visited his grave. Is that so that you're going to be doing something similar?
Me and Navajo are going to be going to the tomb of one of the goats after this and just pay our respects, but also just get some energy, get some mana.
How much of an impact did Bruce have on your career?
On my career, again, if not for him, us Chinese people might not be. If not for him,
still got the jokes.
But if not for him, movies might not be the way it is. Action movies, action stars, Blade, Chuck Norris, like those guys. Rest in peace. They might not be where it is. But for me, Jackie Chan was my guy that I grew up watching. Bruce Lee was, I guess, for the 80s. And a lot of black Americans and Americans fuck with it. And, but for me, it was Jackie Chan. He was more my flavor. But Bruce Lee is a legend. He's a guy that I've admired. His philosophy, mainly. His fighting style was cool, but mainly his philosophies and the way he thought. That's what drew me to him.
And just last one for me. I'm sure we'll see how the fight goes on Saturday. But are you kind of just taking it fight to fight as far as the longevity of your career? Like if this goes really well, that could maybe extend things. Is that kind of how you're seeing things? Because you got a lot of things going on outside. Like you got the YouTube channel. There's a lot of things happening for you outside of fighting.
Yeah, but I still have so much left on the table, and for me, I'm taking everything one moment at a time, one day at a time, one fight at a time, because the world's crazy right now, so we don't know what's going to happen. So everything is just about this moment. Normally, when I was coming up, also I'm in a different place in my career. When I was coming up, I'm fighting actively 5 times in my first year in the UFC, calling out name after name after name, picking my opponents. But it's not really just, like, why would I don't need to do, I am me. I'm Israel Adesanya, so they call me out. I've been away for a year, and I've had a few call-outs that I hear about through the grapevine, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, so, yeah, I don't really have to do all that stuff. I just kind of come in here and just get my job done.
Did someone call you out that you didn't feel was deserving of it? Like, you kind of just made that comment there.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Izzy, over here. You said you're at a different stage in your career. What do you feel that this fight represents for you at this stage in your career?
This is like the classic tale, because I've watched this game for so long. This is the classic tale of when they try and get, the old guard and give him a young dog, So for me, I've seen how this goes. This is just the cycle. And sometimes, us old fellas or older guys, stop them in their tracks. So this fight for me is just the story I'm telling myself, the story I'm going to write this weekend is after a year off, he comes back and just performs better than he ever has, or just like he did. And people because again, you know how the game is. People just, you're only as good as your last fight. So when I'm done this weekend, I want people to be like, oh, wow, fuck, how did I ever doubt him? How did I ever think he was done? Like, what the fuck was I thinking? So, yeah, that's the story I want to write this weekend.
And with recent setbacks in your career, how have you adjusted your preparation in preparing for Joe Pyfer?
It wasn't really about the opponent, because we do that very well. We take care of the game plan as a team very well. For me, it was just about details, staying off my phone less, because you don't realize, like, fuck, even when the whole thing dropped, the list dropped, my whole timeline was just Island, Epstein, this, that, blah, blah, and it just gets depressing. So I had to log out. And then that habit where you grab your phone out of habit to go back in there. I have the door locked now, so like you have to log in. So I know, do I want to go back in there or not? Because again, it fucks with your attention span, fucks with your focus, a lot of things. So I got off my phone more, I stayed off my phone more, gamed more, slept better. What else? Ate good. Still had some Uber Eats, but yeah, ate really good. Tried to eat clean, and just little details. Those are the things I took care of in preparation for this fight. Not really like the game plan and stuff, because we do that very well.
Thank you. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, how much you're such a seasoned fighter that how much do you think like randomness, the element of randomness or luck, factors into professional MMA? In your last fight, you won the first round and you looked to be doing pretty well in the second round. You got hit with a low blow, maybe didn't wait as long as you should have before going back in. Do you think that's an element of randomness or luck? And I guess in general, how much has that? Have you thought about that in your career?
That's a good question. Randomness. I mean, that's life. Things happen. But yeah, for me, the lesson was, take time. You don't have to. As soon as it happened, I was kind of on the fly. I was like, you know what? I don't want to give him time to rest because I knew I was winning. But yeah, I made a mistake by resetting at the wrong distance. So that was my bad. And these are things that happen in life. Sometimes you're doing so well, and then all it takes is a split second of lapse in focus. And again, I've taken care of that very well this camp.
And you spoke about the old guard facing the new fighters. You've drawn Anderson Silva comparisons since the start of your career. Do you see yourself kind of as in the same position as a late career Anderson Silva?
Yeah, but different. And something I even said to Oscar yesterday was, when you think about Anderson Silva, no one thinks about the last part of his career. They remember the highlights and the moments he made them feel something. He made the whole world feel something, like just by being himself, being amazing at fighting, and just being a sweet guy. So for me, it's not, I'm in the same position. Like I said, this is the cycle of everything, but, I'm going to write my own story.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Israel. What is your relationship currently with the fans? Because you said, you've been getting some messages and things like that about you coming back. But I remember, I think it was on the Joe Rogan pod a few years ago. You were on there and you said, dude, I'm cool if you want to come up and take a picture with me and things like that. But I don't like the NPC actions when people come and they yell in my face and things like that. So where does the current relationship stand with the fans?
It's all about respect. Like, I'm sure I've had some bad interactions with fans because some people they don't care about, you. They just want what they want. They want that picture now. I could be having dinner with my family, having a serious conversation, and then they just interrupt us, and I don't want to be that guy, but I'm like, you're being that guy. And it's all about respect, time and place. Outside the hotel, I take photos. I just don't like scalpers, guys who bring like 20 things to sign. I'm like, I know what you're doing. I ain't stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. But it's about respect, and I've had great interactions with fans. People who show respect, like, you'll see heaps of comments on my freestyle bender, people being like, I met this guy one time, and man, we talked for like 15 minutes. Even if it's 5 seconds, I want to connect with someone for that. I'll make them feel seen for that 5 seconds, take the picture. And I will even pick like something I like about their outfit or their look, and I'll just make them feel seen and connect for that little bit. But sometimes if the energy's right and you don't force things and people aren't weird, because you get some weird people. I'm sure you've heard stories, but you get some weird people who trying to hold you hostage. But nah, it's all about respect, man. If you give me respect, I'll give it back. But if you're a dickhead and you don't even realize and you're not objective enough to see that you're a dickhead, then I can be a bigger dick too.
Do you have a Nav story for us while he's in the room?
Navajo. Is he in the room? A Nav story. What's a good Nav story? I mean, it was cool when I won the belt 287 again in Miami, having him around. I just like the picture of us at 11, and he had a Miami shirt on, shirtless, smoking a cigar, and I'm there, I think, same thing, just smoking a cigar in the club. That was fun. Yeah. So, again, he's a guy that I've admired since he came to the gym, and I'm finding out how much I played a part in his career as well. So it's cool. Something he said on Freestyle Bender the other day, the young man Rambo, he said, like, he thought, like, man, I was hoping you'd be around so we can be on the same card together. So now we're on the same card together. You know, that's my twin. See, we look alike. So it's good to, like, make it full circle finally. I'm sure he can tell you some stories, but, you know, that's for him to tell. Easy as. Thank you, guys. This is fun.
Woo!